What's up, everybody? It's Josh and Brandon back up here for our Week 2 recaps and going to our Week 3 picks for college. Crazy week, to say the least, I would say. Biggest thing I was most happy about was Texas taking the win against Michigan in Ann Arbor as well.
It was a good game for Texas. Quinn Ewers looked really good.
Really
Michigan,
good.
a lot of unknowns going into the season. And I think we saw them. I think Texas exposed them.
Exposed them for sure.
But the good thing is, the 12-team playoff, I think Michigan has time to potentially figure it out and get yourself back into the playoffs potentially. We'll see, though.
There's still time. Biggest upset, obviously, is Notre Dame and NIU.
Yeah, I think we both had Notre Dame for the win. And if we go back to Week 2 video, I think we were like, no doubt Notre Dame. Like, this is a good team. They're in the 12-team playoff. I don't know what happened. I really don't.
Last second field goal.
I don't know how to NIU, but good for NIU. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and another close one. Before we go into the Oregon-Boise State game, Bowling Green had Penn State at half.
I'm telling you, man, those MAC schools, they're no slouches, man.
Not slouches, apparently. Because Penn State looked like a Buns program right there for a little bit during that.
Yeah.
Boise State, though, in Oregon, was also a
very close.
Very, very close game. And I was like, oh, well, maybe Boise's going to pull this out for a little bit. Because Oregon didn't look too hot week 1 either. So maybe they're not as good as a lot of people were anticipating them to be.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to figure out their identity for sure. And I think we've kind of realized that they got a lot to work on before they play the Buckeyes here coming up in a few weeks.
October 12th.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, like you said, I think they don't have an identity. Their defense isn't looking so good. But we'll see. Like I said, a lot can happen and a lot can change in the next few weeks. But
it just takes one game to get their groove back, right?
That's all it takes.
USC, blowout. Tennessee, obviously everyone was expecting that. Houston-Oklahoma game, close one.
Yeah.
Close one. You got me on that one, so.
I know.
Yeah,
but it was close.
It was close. It was a lot closer than I'm sure a lot of people thought it was going to be.
The Illinois and Kansas game was another one that probably surprised a lot of people as well. So.
Yeah, and I got you on the edge on that one.
Yeah, you did.
And then Iowa State, in Iowa, I told you, man, those games are always tough, and it's going to be a 50-50 coin flip.
Man, I was really pulling for Iowa. I thought they turned it around. But like I said, it's one of those games, so totally get it.
Last game we're going to mention on Week 2, Syracuse, Georgia Tech. Kyle McCord is a dog. Heisman front runner. He should be. Kyle McCord is that guy.
I wouldn't put him in the Heisman front runner right now. He played Georgia Tech, which, let's be honest here, they beat Florida State, but again, it's Florida State anybody. And then Week 1, who they beat Week 1? It was I don't remember.
I don't remember, but that's besides the point. He's tied.
No.
McCord is tied for first in the FBS in passing touchdowns. So.
Against who, though?
Okay, but Ohio State played Western Michigan and Akron.
And I'm not saying boy Will Howard should be in the Heisman.
I'm just saying all these teams mostly play slouches, so that's besides the point.
I guess you're gonna have to explain this in good detail on your Heisman candidates over on TikTok. So
yeah, I will.
All right.
All right, moving into Week 3. Starting off with Friday game, Arizona, Kansas State. Little top 20 matchup.
I want to know who you got for this one because this is going to be a very good one.
I think I got Kansas State on this one.
Okay.
I don't really feel one way or another about them. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close game.
No,
I don't think one team's gonna. It's probably gonna come down to the last 5 minutes of the game, if I'm being honest. So I just pull for Kansas State.
Mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna go Arizona. I just feel like Arizona has the edge here. I think Kansas State has some stuff to prove, especially after this past week with that close game. But I just like Arizona on this one. I think they got a pretty dynamic offense, so I'm pulling for them on this.
That's fair. Georgia and Kentucky, a night game right now. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do we really have to say?
I think I'm going to have to go with Kentucky, Georgia on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that would just be a little silly. Maybe Kentucky pulls out one of those weird upsets, right?
Definitely doable.
Yeah, probably not. UTSA in Texas.
Quinn Ewers looking good.
Quinn Ewers is awesome.
You want to talk about a Heisman candidate front runner?
Yeah, of course. He's in the conversation. Of course he is.
They look really good. I cannot, especially UTSA. I will say UTSA is not a slouch team. They are possible one of those teams that can make it into the 12-team playoff by winning their conference as a conference winner. So I think it's going to be a decent game, but I think Texas is going to probably kill them.
Sidebar. Yes, I'm going to Texas as well. Sidebar. Is that 2 Ohio State previous quarterbacks in the Heisman consideration?
Well, could you really identify Quinn Ewers as an Ohio State quarterback? When he was only there, 3 weeks, was it?
Yeah, did you see his pregame interview when he was talking about how he still has the hatred for the team up north from being a Buckeye?
I mean, who doesn't except for Michigan?
Exactly. Michigan. So, yeah, he has some influence. Alabama, Wisconsin.
I like this game.
I actually do too.
I think it's going to be a good one.
I think Alabama's going to beat them.
Oh, for sure.
But I think it'll be competitive for the first quarter, probably.
I like Jalen Milroe. He's another Heisman candidate potentially, but yeah, I just don't think Wisconsin can hang with Alabama.
No. Give me Alabama.
I'm taking Bama on this one as well.
Ole Miss, Wake Forest. Yeah, Ole Miss is...
They're the real deal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart, legit.
Ole Miss should be ranked higher.
They're moving.
They moved up every week, yeah. That's fair. I think... Honestly, Ole Miss. I mean, obviously, Texas deserves. Honestly, Texas deserves to be number 1.
Honestly, yeah.
But I'd put Ole Miss at 3. I'd put them over the Buckeyes. Yeah. I'd put Ohio State at 4.
They're looking good right now, and I don't even worry about preseason.
This doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's kind of irrelevant, especially with the 12 team. It's kind of irrelevant.
When your conference, you're in top 4.
Yep, exactly.
I got Ole Miss.
Yep, I got Ole Miss too.
And I got Jackson Dart as another Heisman potential candidate.
I can also see that. Some good quarterbacks this year. Honestly, a lot of good play.
Yeah.
Boston College and Missouri. This one...
Why is this not college game day?
This should be game day. And instead, it's going to LSU and South Carolina.
Which is not bad.
Which is a good matchup as well, but...
I like this one. I like Boston College is up and coming, right? I really like this game for college game day, but hey.
I think I'm going to take Boston College on this one.
I really thought you were going to get Missouri because I feel Boston College too.
All right, you can pick them too.
No, I'm picking them. I'm picking them for sure. But I think Missouri is. I don't want to say teeter on that fine line of not busting, but I don't think they could potentially be. I think they're a bust.
They haven't lived up to their hype. I don't think yet, but neither is Oregon.
No, for sure. But I think this game is the one that exposes them. This is a real true test for them. So I like Boston College from what I've seen the last couple of games, especially against Florida State last week.
Yeah,
holy moly, what a game.
Kent State and Tennessee.
You can't hate on the MAC schools.
You can't hate on them, but I got Tennessee. I got the nice orange taking it. And you got Tennessee as well.
Oh, yeah.
This one...
Old Rocky Top.
Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Oregon State. I could see this one going either way.
Yeah, this might be the game that Oregon the close one that Oregon can pull out.
These are always competitive, sometimes. Not all the time. I'm going Oregon State for the upset.
Perfect. So I'm going to go Oregon. I think as much as I don't want to say it, I'm going to root for the Big Ten first off. Second of all, I think this is a game that Oregon potentially comes out and finds their identity a little bit more. So
maybe this will be a morale booster for the Pac-2 if they win.
So. It could be. And you see Oregon dropped a few spots, too.
Oh, yeah, because they're not playing like people had them hyped up to be. No. Which, I mean, it is what it is. It was week 2. So, is Oregon maybe going to find their groove this week and blow them out? Probably. You never know. But it's college football. Anything can happen if Notre Dame NIU says anything.
Yeah.
Ball State, Miami.
Another MAC competition versus ACC, but I went to the season. I really like Miami.
I like Miami as well.
Miami winning the ACC still, so I can't bet against Miami, especially at Miami. So
yeah, it's gonna be a good game. Miami's got this one. Utah State.
After I saw Utah State last week, another good game though, because in-state schools.
Yeah.
I like Utah in this one.
Yeah.
I don't see Rising losing a game to Utah State. But shouts out to Utah State. That's where my quarterback, Jay Love, came from. So,
yeah, how is your quarterback, Jay Love?
Well, Matt LaFleur doesn't want to say he's injured or he's not starting this week. He says day to day, but he's gonna be out for a little bit.
Day to day. He'll be out at least 4 weeks out.
3 or 4 weeks.
But that's for the NFL takes. We'll talk more about that. Oklahoma State and Tulsa.
Oh, Tulsa's not a slouch. Tulsa's not a slouch. Oklahoma State's good though.
Yeah, I'm taking OK State.
I'm taking Oklahoma State.
Tulane, Oklahoma.
Tulane didn't play bad last
Honestly,
week. Against Kansas State.
Oklahoma didn't play that good last week.
They did not. This could be one of those
I
upset
could
games.
see this being a weird upset.
Does Tulane get over the hump here?
I don't know, man. But Tulane is Tulane. I mean, they've been playing okay. I'm
not betting against Oklahoma.
I'm not betting against OK either. Yeah.
But there's going to be some upsets. And I think my upset is going to come in College Game Day on LSU against South Carolina.
Really? You're taking South Carolina on this one?
I said could come.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm going to go South Carolina. I like South Carolina for this one.
All right. Yeah, I could see South Carolina. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game for sure. But I got LSU pulling it out.
Perfect.
What's
up with these 12 o'clock games for College Game Day?
I don't know.
Like last week it was big like Fox, Big 12, or like the big noon game, but it's like
right, but
what are we doing in a college game? I want to see this at night in South Carolina.
That would be a nice night game.
So who's gonna be the guest picker? We were wrong on the.
Yeah, we were way
They
wrong.
did Michael Phillips and who else was it? Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Who did we say? We said.
We said Brady. I said Brady.
Brady was probably in the NFL game getting ready for commentating.
Yeah,
I
forgot he was doing that. I don't know.
I'm seeing
LSU,
some like
South Carolina.
old coach or something like that from basketball, old coach, like women's basketball coach or something like that, but I really don't.
It's definitely not going to be Joe Shiesty. He's got a game next week.
Yeah.
The next day, sorry.
Yeah.
Man, I really don't know. I think I'm going to have to leave that one up to... I have no clue.
Yeah.
Chalk it up, I have no clue.
Find out.
Wait and see. Arkansas State and Michigan.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be either a morale booster for Michigan or...
Morale killer.
I'm going Michigan.
OH, baby.
Are you taking Arkansas State?
No, I'm taking the team of Illinois. I think they're going to bounce back on this one.
I gotcha. Notre Dame Purdue.
Dang, Notre Dame dropped from 5
to
18.
They lost an unranked team. That's rightfully so.
That's a big drop. But
yeah, but there's still time.
it's because at Purdue.
Yeah.
At Purdue.
It is in Purdue.
Midday game. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to go Notre Dame. They're bouncing back.
You taking ND? I gotcha.
They're bouncing back. The Irish are going to bounce back this week. You're debating this one.
I don't
you
know.
Go Big Ten on this?
I think the Big Ten might pull off a W here.
Then do it. Baby.
I'm pulling for Purdue just because I don't know. Drew Brees on mine. They make good quarterbacks.
That's true.
So I'm taking Purdue. Screw it. What's someone gonna do? Kill me? I don't know. UNI and Nebraska.
Nebraska. Let's just talk about Nebraska for a second. That team is legit.
Yeah.
Like, what they are doing in Nebraska right now is I think they're ahead of schedule. I listened to them on the head coach on the Pat McAfee show before the season started, and he was talking about Matt Rule, I'm referring to. He was talking about how it takes a couple of years, 2-3 years to get the team going and get where he wants to be. And he said this year he didn't have super high expectations, but I don't know. They might be ahead of schedule, man. They might be ahead of schedule.
The fact that Nebraska is ranked means they're ahead of schedule.
I mean, they gave it to Colorado last week.
Yeah. I honestly... Nebraska might be a sneaky team. I mean, are they going to win the Big Ten? No. Let's be honest. But maybe in 2 years? But with NIL too, they could pay some crazy people to come up and play in Nebraska. It could be potentially. You never know. It could be next year. They could be a real.
When you got Patrick Mahomes Jr. over there.
Yeah.
His everything he does is. If I didn't know who Patrick Mahomes was and you said that's Patrick Mahomes.
You'd say okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's a dog.
He does everything he does.
Yeah.
Dog. Nebraska's good. Matt Rule's got a good team over there. Going to Nebraska.
And he's a freshman. True freshman.
And we have him.
I know. But it's fine.
What's up with all these quarterbacks? Whatever.
Why is Ohio State getting all these quarterbacks that leave?
Yeah.
But, he wasn't really here.
Yeah. Did we pick Ohio State's pick? Oh, they're off this week. They're off this week. Ohio State's off this week. They have a bye.
Oh. They are.
Yep, they're on bye.
Yeah. Why was I thinking they were playing this week?
Yeah.
And because they're playing Marshall next week.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
So yeah. Ohio State gets a little bye week. So does
After 2
Syracuse.
Syracuse. So let's transition a little bit. You see our schedule or our records here for week 2, and then our overall records on the screen.
Yep.
But let's transition to our highlights. Not highlights, I should say, our game picks of the week that we're most excited about outside of the top 25, or it could be in the top 25. But what do you got?
I'm going unconventional here.
Okay.
I'm going to the Sun Belt.
All the way to the Sun Belt.
Coastal Carolina versus Temple. I really like Coastal Carolina. They're not going to win anything ever, except maybe the Sun Belt.
Unless you get your controller and go in Dynasty mode with them.
And it did. It took time. It took time to build Coastal Carolina up. I will be the first to admit it. I didn't win in the first couple of years.
They have a nice field.
I love their field. The teal field. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my game I'm going to watch. It's not on my regular broadcasting. I'm going to check out Coastal Carolina and Temple because I like Ethan Vasco down there in Coastal Carolina.
Who are you going with? You think you're going Coastal Carolina?
Oh yeah, taking Coastal Carolina, dude.
I like that pick.
They're going to win the Sun Belt, I think. But Sun Belt's not really competitive, so.
Right. It's a conference.
What's yours?
I'm going to go backyard brawl. We got Pittsburgh versus West Virginia. West Virginia is coming off. They're 1-1, and Pittsburgh's 2-0. If they win this game, it'll be the first time since 2020 that they would start season 3-0, and that's when they won their conference. So I'm liking that game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a game that the name speaks for itself, a backyard brawl. And I'm going to go Pittsburgh on this one.
Okay, taking pick.
Yep. I'm taking pick. I'm excited to watch that one. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. So we'll see.
I got you, yeah. I can see that's a real possibility.
Mm-hmm. Pat McAfee won't be happy, but...
Nah, Pat McAfee might kill you if he finds you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of wraps up Week 2 recap and going to our picks for Week 3. Look out for the NFL schedule as well. And
I'm winning Week 3.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. We're tied right now, so...
I get that's pretty good.
What's going to happen?
But not for long.
No. One of us is bound to pull ahead at some point. Or maybe we just suck that bad and, we both lose the same amount of games. It is what it is. But, awesome. You guys have a great day. Peace!